We'd like to welcome you to the SCORE Business Showcase. Welcome once again to another featured event. Today we have with us from Sadie Mac's Kitchen is Morris Branch. Welcome, Morris.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I've had the opportunity to actually taste your cakes. You made me your official taster, yes. And I've been enjoying it for the past year or so. So I'm really looking forward to this TV show to really find out some more background and history about Sadie Mac's Kitchen. So where did your company name originate from?
Well, I used to, as a child, I would come home from school and I had to do my homework in the kitchen. And my mother's name is Sadie.
Aha.
And her mother's name was Sadie.
Oh, really?
So I was actually in Sadie's kitchen a long time ago. And so I sat there and I watched my mother cook from the time I was, 5 years old, 6 years old. So I, you sit, you watch, and sometimes she had me assist. So that's basically how it started.
Well, that sounds better than what is on TV today, what is known as Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Yes.
So I'm sure that was a great experience when you had not only your mother, but it sounds like your grandmother.
Yes.
Also doing those cakes too. So
Absolutely.
What a tradition that we have going on.
Yes, it is.
All right, with your cakes today. Mm-hmm. Now, where did your desire to cook or actually bake come? Because I know your background, Morris, and it doesn't even start near baking.
Well, I am how can I say? I travel a lot, right? I used to travel a lot. And, you eat a lot of, fast food places and regular, they're not home cooked. It's hard to find a home cooked place. So in my travels, I just get tired of eating, the status quo food. And so I said that if the day comes when I retire and I get the time, that I was going to perfect some cakes. So now I'm a mechanical designer, and I travel the United States. And I'm basically a troubleshooter. I help redesign different projects for the government. I've done government things. I've done commercial, what have you. So I've been all over the place. And as I say, there was one particular evening I wanted a piece of home-cooked cake. And I don't know if you've ever been to Dallas, but Dallas has mall after mall after mall. And they've got all kinds of fancy stores and some really classy-looking bakeries. So I went into one, and they had this red velvet cake sitting on the counter. And I said, finally, I'm getting my home-cooked cake. And I bought the cake, and it cost a lot of money for this cake. And I got it back to my hotel. I got cleaned up a whole bit, and I sat down, and I took a bite out of this cake, and it immediately went in the garbage. So I said, you know what? I'm definitely I'm committing myself to do this. So, but when I came home and I finally decided I was going to retire, I started developing really good homemade cakes. And this one in particular, it's a pistachio. It's a pretty good, quite a few people like it. And, but that's it.
Now I see you conveniently didn't bring a knife, fork, or plate so that we can actually try this cake.
Oh no, I'm going to sit here and watch you try to imitate this cake. Turn green with envy. Yes.
Now, what was your original field of expertise?
Now, my field of expertise was I am a mechanical designer, mechanical engineer, project engineer, and I also did industrial photography, as well as a systems analyst. Okay, and from that you get to travel a lot.
So it sounds like you have ingredients for success in making cakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, what cakes did you brought this cake. This is what is the name of this?
It's called a pistachio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, matter of fact, it's very popular. Once you start to eat this particular cake, as well as the others, You just can't put it down. It's a pound cake, and these cakes usually weigh somewhere between 9 to 11 pounds. And they are, but with this particular cake or pound cake, no, traditionally pound cakes are kind of a dense cake and they're dry.
Yes.
But what the hardest part was to make these cakes moist.
Very
Okay,
moist.
and
yes.
these stay very moist. I mean, they stay moist for 10 days.
Really?
Okay. Yes. And but when you eat them, they're light. They don't lay on your stomach, and you get after you have something sweet, you become lethargic and
Yes.
what have you. With these, all you want to do is you hear a little voice saying, calling your voice, telling you, "Come here," and that's pretty much what I had to work on. That was the hardest thing.
Now, are these with as close to natural products or natural resources?
Everything in here is homemade. You take your time, and
So no monosodium glutamate.
there is absolutely no, how can I say, elements in this cake that you cannot pronounce.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I have your cake, I like to have a cold glass of milk.
Yes.
And it's just delicious. So I highly recommend. All right, the cakes that you make. Now I noticed one time, one of the cakes that we did taste out of the wide variety of choices was a chocolate cake that I was actually looking forward to. And what was different for me was you had a special frosting. You want to describe that?
Well,
for us?
this frosting, I had been to, in my travels, I had been to some tastings and wine tastings as well. But, they have the wine, the cheese, bread. Some of them has desserts.
Yes.
And what have you. And I went to one, and they had a chocolate frosting that I've never tasted anything like that before. And so it took me about a week to finally get the recipe for this. And I felt like I was walking on Mount Olympus when I finally conquered this problem. Except I had a friend come over, and he just blew me right out of the box.
Yeah, that friend was me. The cake was delicious. Actually, the frosting was too, but it wasn't what I expected.
Yes.
It had a different taste to it. Matter of fact, it tasted like a flavor of cherry that was in
Yes.
there.
Well, that's, baking is an exact science. It's not like doing savory. Okay, savory, if you kind of mess up, you can add a little salt, a little pepper, or some other spice and, kind of halfway correct it, and that's fine. With baking, you start and you kind of mess up, that's it, Jack. It goes into the garbage. So it took a while to use the necessary ingredients to make it have a cherry taste to the chocolate frosting. And, I felt pretty good about it.
Very good, very good. Well, I enjoy your cakes, the different flavors that you have actually put out. I like the lemon, personally. I love that. And then also, what other flavors do you have?
Well, I've got, you mentioned I have a lemon pound cake. Lemon and butter pound cakes are the traditional, okay? But besides that, and this is the pistachio, I make a red velvet pound cake. There's a carrot pound cake. Then I've got 2 or 3 different chocolate pound cakes. Then on top of that, I have a sweet potato pound cake. All right. And then I have got a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, really?
And it comes with or without coconut frosting. Then I've got a spice pound cake. Spice was very popular back in the 60s. See, now I'm dating myself. Okay, and it was, it comes with walnuts or raisins. Some people like them with or without. And then from there, I do what they call a maraschino cherry pound cake, which was very popular. But from there, and I also do a rum pound cake.
I'm sure that's a favorite of many.
So there's two different kinds. I do what they call a family rum, where you kind of have the taste and what have you. And then I have what they call a Rockhead rum. And that Rockhead rum has a fifth of rum. Or your favorite rum. If you want a spice rum or flavored, I'll use that.
So you have to eat before you actually partake of that cake.
Yes, you do. Make sure you're sitting down, too.
Well, that sounds great. Matter of fact, I want to taste that cake.
Yes.
Now, are you? Do you have partners in your business?
At present time, my sister helps me out. My wife helps me out every now and then. But pretty much it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you display your?
I'm not displaying right now. I've got a site being built. But my point of contact right now is Bridgeport Creates at 101 -14, Suite 14, in the arcade downtown Bridgeport.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's my point of contact.
Matter of fact, I've seen you at various events, various expos and things that have been going on to the city.
Yeah.
And I know we had a tasting there one time.
Right.
All right. Anything up and coming?
Not right now, but in the next couple of months there will definitely be.
All right. All right. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. Now, as far as your business is concerned, like, do you do any other things like social media at all?
No, I've been. My kids have been getting on me about that to get involved with it, but I'm kind of a diehard anyway. But I'm getting used to it. So I will be venturing into that soon.
Yeah, there's several places, LinkedIn for businesses, and of course Facebook is very popular.
Right.
And a lot of the younger generation likes the Instagram. Right, type of thing out there too. So those are various places that you can actually get on social media, whereas others also. But yes, your cakes are a hit, all right, so far, and I'm looking forward to even tasting more, all right, as you.
That's good because I just got a gallon of milk.
I appreciate. I'll be over before that. But what have your successes been as far as your business? We have a few more minutes. What are your successes been?
The success has been, it's the being a designer, engineer. The one thing I function on is to accomplish things. All right, you set out, you have a goal, and you complete that goal. All right, you just don't stop, you don't give up. You just keep at it until it reaches a certain quality that you have or that you're looking for. And then as I have you as a taster, and I've got several others, and I let them try the cakes. And usually I can tell when they don't want to go home. Right. They keep saying, let me have another slice.
Matter of fact, I think I better start tasting less.
Yes. And they come by and from the cake, you go from the milk to a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. And while you're at it, let me have another slice. What kind of cake is that? You know, so that to me makes me feel really good.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to your success, all right, as you expand and develop your business in the Bridgeport locale and also throughout the country. I know the possibilities are there. And I'd like to thank you very much. All right, for your time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, usually, you know, what I usually do at the end of our program is usually display a book. But I have some things I just wanted to share, you know, with our viewers this afternoon. And it has to do with possibilities. And that's what you did with your cake business. It was a possibility that was forming for quite some time. And, you know, there are no limits to our possibilities. At any moment, we have more possibilities than we can actually act upon. When we imagine the possibilities, our vision expands, we capture our dreams, and our life is full. We can reach out and touch the limits of our being with our possibilities. Thomas Edison once said, "There is more opportunity than there is ability." And to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, "We have more than we use." So to your possibilities and to your success, the SCORE Business Showcase welcomes you and thanks you very much for joining us this afternoon. And once again, I want to thank you, Morris, and I'm looking forward to taste this cake before you leave.
Yes.
Thank you.